Again, we cannot give the Vandal any more ground. To defend this empire, we must attack!
It's Invictus launch week time again in the verse. That time of year where we celebrate the UEE Navy and other armed forces for their service. This also starts the recruitment period for the Navy, so it's a great show of the UEE's military might. And of course that means showing off the best militarized ships from manufacturers with UEE contracts. In other words, everyone but Drake. But fret not, Drake fans. Drake's never been one to follow the rules, so they'll find a way to slide in there just like last time. This year Invictus is moving from ArcCorp to the frozen shores of Microtech. New Babbage scored the IAE show, and now Invictus. So we'll be back at the familiar confines of the Bevic Center, May 22nd to June 3rd. So make your way to the spaceport and grab a Pico doll on your way in. I must admit, I love these shows because it's our chance to check out the current flyable ships on the showroom and take them out for free for test flights. It's a good way to get behind the ship that's been on your mind, but you're not ready to plop down the cash on. Or who knows, you may find something worth saving up for. And just to be clear, I don't recommend buying large ships with real-world money at this point. The game is well funded, however I do believe in spending money on a project you believe in. And if you just like a ship, why not treat yourself? If it fits your budget, and it's a good value. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself as long as your real-world obligations are taken care of, right? So here's my take on what to look out for. And please guys, let me know if I'm missing anything in the comments below. The event will kick off on the 21st with the smaller players like Argo, Origin, and Consolidated Outland. And then the big boy of the day will be RSI. RSI is actually looking to make things interesting this show, in the concept room. Perseus and Polaris should make an appearance in holo form. Both excite me and should be great additions to any fleet. I'm a Polaris owner at the moment, but I would not recommend it to a friend at this price point. Now look out for the RSI Scorpius to make a debut. Scorpius will be a new heavy fighter with an X-Wing look I'm just loving. I was not excited about the rumors of yet another fighter joining the verse, but this is compelling. It's a heavy fighter joining the likes of the Harbinger, so it looks like it's going to bring something new to the battlefield. So give this one a look, you may see me admiring it. Fast forward to the 23rd and it will be all about Aegis Dynamics, who I've always thought their slogan should be, "We make things go boom." And while their focus seems to be military, with greats like the Javelin, Hammerhead, Gladius, and Sabres, just to name a few, they actually do have a diverse lineup like the Avengers, which are excellent entry-level ships for pretty much everything. So don't look past the Space Penguin. Or the Vulcan Heavy Repair Ship, which is still in concept but should be able to repair ships. So I think that should make it a support ship for the military. We'll see if I'm right. But the Aegis talk this year is about the Redeemer. The controversial ship in the community has been in concept for years. Love it or hate it, either way, it's expected to be released later this year. So this may be your last shot to get one before it's flyable. And usually when a ship becomes flyable, the price takes off also. I'd take a hard look at this ship. She's looking like a gunship I'd rather have on my side than go up against. Let's see how this one shakes out this year. Moving on to the 25th, where Crusader, Tumbril, and MISC will take over for the next 2 days. We know Crusader is probably opening up the Hercules Starlifters to the general public. For my first impressions on those, you can click on a link around here. I'm enjoying flying mine around in the PTU, so if you don't have one, I think you'll enjoy test driving these around Stanton. The Ares Starfighter is still in concept, but on the roadmap for 315, so we could see this one released towards the end of the year. Tumbral we know will have the Cyclones on display, but the Nova tank will also be there for the first time in non-concept form, so probably a good chance to also test these out and buy. Although ground vehicles are generally not something I'd recommend buying out of game unless you are really passionate about them, or lifetime insurance means something to you, because the in-game cost is generally pretty attainable. MISC I don't think fits this event very well, but last year they did debut the Starfarer Gemini. I just can't get excited about the Starfarer, but a refueling ship is a key military support role. Also something to look at is the Freelancer MISC. A Freelancer loaded with missiles and heavy armor, making it a decent missile boat. May 27th to the 28th will end the manufacturer events, with Juggernaut ANVIL Aerospace taking over BEVIC. Like Aegis, ANVIL has a distinguished military portfolio with greats like the Carrack, Valkyrie, and a decent selection of fighters. The Crucible is a repair ship in concept that I think gets overlooked, and Org should definitely have one of these on their radar, so I'm hoping to see it there. The Carrack, as we know, is a ship that does it all from hauling to a medbay and even a decent gunship if you invest in upgrades, so definitely worth having on your radar, as this ship could be a revenue generator. And not so fast. Drake is not going to let you leave town without putting on their own party, the Drake Interplanetary DEFENSECON. The manufacturer known for, well, piracy or defending citizens in the Outer Rim will put their lineup on display. I'm not sure why they didn't have dancing NPCs and a caterpillar last year, but I usually find their events to be the best. But then again, Drake is also in my top 3 favorites, so I might be biased. The usual suspects like the Cutlass, Buccaneer, and Caterpillar should be in attendance. In concept are the Corsair and Vulture. Both are on the roadmap, so we could see these by the end of the year. So maybe it's worth a hard look at these if you're thinking about buying them. My hunch is that both will be good, with the Vulture probably introducing salvage gameplay. And of course, the swag. Be sure to pick up your favorite manufacturer's gear, and the Invictus bomber jacket will be back, if it happened to vanish from your inventory like it did for me. You may want to buy 2 or 3 just in case. Before I get out of here, don't forget that one of the best reasons why this is the biggest event of the year is the shows the Navy puts on. And this year we'll be invited aboard the UEES Warhammer, the same Javelin that defended Stanton during the Xeno Threat event. We'll be able to tour the ship and hear firsthand from the men and women serving aboard her. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the playtest of this, but I can't wait to experience it in a live environment, as this year we will be treated to the Bengal carrier joining this year's Invictus fleet festivities. The massive ship should give us an idea of how large ships can get in the future. So get a good view of the show with some friends up there. Finally, I still have a Nomad I'd like to give away to thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed and enter a comment on one of my videos to be entered. When we hit 300 subscribers, I'll draw a winner and respond to your comment with steps on how to verify and collect your ship. Thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like or subscribe. It really means a lot to me. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on Invictus in the comments. Be safe out there, and I hope to see you at Invictus.